with the odds stacked against them. It was Vegas, baby. And every single time I went all in on Fannita.
Some fat girls are mean girls. The only reason why they are nice, they are polite to people and respectful is because they are fat. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. Hope you guys are doing fantastic and great. So there's a drama that is going on TikTok and I'm going to break it down. It's very elaborate and we're going to break it down because this involves a black female content creator being cancelled by the entire internet. And I'm going to get to why, what happened and how everything is just like backfiring against her. We are talking about the popular influencer content creator Fannita. Okay, so there's a lot of backstory here which I'm going to break it down for you guys. Like, just chill, I'm going to break it down for you guys. Okay, so apparently what's going on now is that on TikTok everybody's campaigning for Fannita to be cancelled, and this is stemming up from what she said about pay balance between a black creator and a white creator. And I did a video about that and we talked about it, and we talked about how black creators are not paid like their counterpart, the white creator. And for me personally, that was a stand. But that was what spiraled this whole thing that has gotten everybody talking. So Fannita has been on a rant since last week, just calling people out, calling things out and all that. And if you don't know, Fannita used to be a very big girl. Okay? Fannita used to be a very big girl. So here's the backstory. Fannita used to be a very big girl, and no shade to anybody that is big or we're trying to body shame anybody, no. There's a context to me bringing the fact that she's big, and then now, just hold on, I'm going to explain in a couple of minutes. Just stay with me, okay? You want to just stay with me, okay? So apparently, Fannita used to be very big, but in the space of less than a year, she has dropped all the weight. She's looking like a baddie. I'm going to put videos or a picture of before and after and you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so now that Fannita has gotten a goal body, the girl is feeling fine and all that. That was when she came on last week, even though she has been talking and all that. She's a comedian on TikTok. Okay, so she came on last week to call out the pay discrepancies between the black creator and a white creator, and this just like a bigger conversation. But also she went on to call some names. But that's not what got people talking. What got people talking was the fact that she's not speaking up on something that people were calling her out previously, like a year ago. So this is what happened a year ago. See, I'm like, stay with me, okay? So last year, sometime, I think about this time last year, May, Tad Cosmetics, the beauty cosmetics of a beauty brand, the makeup brand, Tad, did a brand trip for influencer. And in this brand trip, a particular influencer, a black woman, Bria, called out the brand for races and all that. Why she did this was that she said when she got to the center, it was like a Formula One event. When she got there, the itinerary they gave to her was different from what they gave to the white influencer. And she was asking why, including her accommodation. She felt like there was being shady with the accommodation because she was black. And she actually came online to call them out. And after she called them out, people found out that Fannita went for the event. Apparently, Fannita was called to replace her. After Fannita was called to replace her, Fannita went and Fannita was defending Tad. Mind you, stay with me guys, like I said, just stay with me. Fannita was defending Tad and saying that Bria blew the entire situation out of proportion, that was not what happened. And it just went on to really like come for Bria, like, oh, you know what, like she just being ungrateful. She went on to say a whole lot of things, but literally not supporting her. But before then, there was already this solitude that came from black creators that, you know what, if Tad is going to do this to black creators, then we are not going to support them. We're not going to go for this event. But Fannita went for this event. So Fannita now, fast forward to this year, talking about the pay difference between black and white creator. This sits well with a lot of people because that story was viral. People were talking about it. So it didn't sit well with a lot of people. And a lot of people was like, now that it does not favor you, now you're talking about it, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So that is the first part of the entire conversation. And like I said, Fannita lost a lot of weight. So why starting another drama? So people are already like trying to drag her about that on the price difference between black and white creator. Then Fannita decided to come online to shade another black content creator, a black woman on TikTok. And her name is Mecca. So apparently Mecca did a video and was talking about how people that lose weight, it's not everybody that's meant to lose weight, that sometimes if you lose weight, it does not look good on you. I'm going to be playing out this video bit by bit. She wanted to talk about how sometimes it doesn't look good on you when you lose a lot of weight. That is not just for everybody. And when she did that post, a lot of people were tagging Fannita, and like, you know what, Fannita, I think she's talking about you and all that and all that. Even though Mecca was not really talking about Fannita, she was just talking generally about it, about general weight loss and how it makes you look, and it's not for everybody. And Fannita jumped on the internet to respond to Mecca and call like kind of give her shade, talking about how she's biracial. And mind you, Mecca is not biracial. She's a black woman, like no biracial, full black woman. And people were like, you know what, after she did that, calling Mecca out and Mecca coming to explain what the video was, people were like, you know what, Fannita is firing down, that why is she coming for everybody, that oh, that is because she has lost weight now, she feel like, oh, what, people are literally just coming for her, for coming for Mecca, and also for coming for the price difference between black and white creator. And Fannita decided to come back and give and share her thought on it. And some of the things she was saying was like okay. Anyway, guys, let's go check out some of these videos, okay?
Y'all about to turn me into Malcolm X. I got something to say, and I'm gonna put it to rest. Ooh wee, I got something to get off my chest. So, first things first, I want y'all to know something about the way that I'm talking to y'all and about how I'm speaking to y'all and my hostility and everything. Well, it's because y'all. What? You can't say that you hate us. I absolutely can, because when I was a fat, dark-skinned, loud, confident black woman, that's all y'all ever said to me. Let's get something clear. The reason a lot of y'all don't like me isn't because I went to Tart and I was hanging out with white girls. It isn't because I said people were ugly, and it isn't because I said that bastard had thin lips. It's because I'm an anomaly. There's no other that has done the things that I've done with the odds stacked against them. It was Vegas, baby. And every single time I went all in on Fannita. When I was fat, it was fun to hate me. It was fun to get y'all jokes off. It was fun to degrade me. It was fun to treat me like I was subhuman. And I knew I could not let y'all know about my secret talent. Last week, I posted about 20 videos. Ranting, yapping. I want y'all to guess how many people from my close friends and family reached out to me about those videos. 1. Amber. Amber said, "Nita, you good?" But Amber hasn't known me as long as my friends and family. My own brother hadn't said shit to me about it, because that's genuinely how I act. You can ask anyone in my life, my hairstylist, my nail tech, I talk like this on a regular basis. But let me tell y'all something about intersectionality. When you're fat, you cannot be mean. You're fat already. Slow your roll. You can be fat and funny. You can be fat and nice and look like you give such good cuddles. Oh my God, you look like you give great hugs. Oh my God, you look so cuddly, you fat little teddy bear, you. And I knew if I opened the floodgates and I started reading bitches when I was fat, oh my God, I would have been on a stake, and I would have been an angry, fat black woman, no Medea. And I would lose out on job opportunities. Because at the end of the day, this social media shit I do for y'all is to get to the money, and I don't like y'all. Period. I like the people that support and like me. But the rest of you ugly, dirty, and Section 8 housing apartments,
Whoa.
sitting in your dirty, broken cars that need transmission replacements, talking about me, I hate you. And I always have, and I always will, and I've never forgotten about anybody that's talked about me. And y'all, if there's somebody I've forgotten about that's talked about me or made a video about me, any of these light-skinned, biracial, can't even tell it's black,
Mecca?
making 50 videos about me, tag them so I can make sure I have the lineup of all my enemies, and I can start taking them out one by one. What I'm doing for y'all right now is teaching you a life lesson. You don't get to bully nobody and then be mad when the rabbit got. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got. And I'm Bugs. Yeah, get. I can look at your profile picture and not even see your whole face, and I already got 34 jokes written about you. I can read. There was a point in my life where I got bullied on Twitter for posting a picture of me, and I was just fat. And you know what was the biggest demographic of people that were bullying me on Twitter? Black men. Yep. My brothers. My brothers. And y'all wonder why don't nobody want to stick up for y'all and help y'all and say shit for y'all. Because you are evil. I want to say it with the ER, but I'm trying to hold back. Ooh, I don't like y'all. I don't like y'all at all, period. And y'all wonder why I don't date black men, or I don't pursue black men actively. Like, if a black man that's fine, like, you know what I'm saying, well put together, want to pursue me, like, that's cool, but I'm never going to go out of my way to date any of you. Y'all disgust me. Because with fat black women in particular, it's okay for everybody to dog us out, right? It's always okay. Y'all love fat jokes. One thing about black men and fat jokes, handshake emoji. Black men love fat jokes. But I just find it funny that you don't ever keep the same energy for your mama. Her elbows go from Albuquerque to New Mexico. And that's in the same state because her body wild. I thought I was on the interstate. No, I was just walking behind your big white load. Beep, beep. And y'all don't have that same energy for her. Come beat me up about my brother beat the I won't get touched. And so that's why I'm overconfident. That's why I'm talking my shit. Y'all are mad. You're gonna stay because can't shit keep me down. The shit that I've been through in my life, trauma, the mental abuse, the bullying, the harassment that I've been through. Oh, it's a reckoning. Real reckoning. I'll do what I want to. I'll tag any boy that I want to. Any boy that y'all like. Any clothes y'all like, I'ma buy it. Any car y'all want, I'ma get it. Any furniture y'all want, I'ma buy it. Any phone y'all want, I'ma get it. Anything y'all want, I'ma buy it. Yeah, y'all learn for a rude awakening. And this is a life lesson that what you say to people sticks. Because I'm a human being. My nephew has read hate comments about me. My brother has seen grown men make 10-minute YouTube videos talking about me. This black man talking about somebody who's 25. Like, y'all really hate young high term. Oh, it's 30 plus group. Like, leave me alone. We're not even in the same age bracket. Why are you talking about me so much? Go to work. Your kids need Pampers. They need food. They tired of eating Lunchables. That little boy wants steak and potatoes. And in closing, the lesson here is simple. Watch how you speak to people because you'll never know where you will be in life and where they will be in life and how the tide will change because it always does. Signed, Fannita X. No Malcolm. And sure as hell, no Martin. Me and Martin Luther? Nah, we could never be besties.
So that was the first video she did, and the biracial person she was talking about was Mecca. In that video, people were there saying, oh, Mecca talking, like just really saying that she was talking about Mecca when she was referring to the biracial. And Fannita went on to reply the comment that said Mecca and said, headshot, I didn't like her at all. Can't wait to see our video. And Mecca decided to respond to this, and this is what Mecca has to say.
Well, this is awkward, because it's not a headshot if you didn't say my name. If you got to get in the comments and let me hype you up. It's not a headshot, baby. It's not a headshot, baby. It's not a headshot, baby. Wait, we keep having to pause. Sabrina's getting way too Sacramento, way too actually invested. Like, this is not the internet. That's the thing. I don't have no feelings towards you, Fannita, because I don't know you. This is headshot. I don't think enough about you to have a real emotional attachment to my feelings towards you. There are a few occasions where I have spoke up about you. First being the Tart situation, I was on your side. I actually, if you go back and look, said she's young. I don't know, don't jump her. Yeah, it was a mistake, but y'all doing too much. And I said that in real life because we was in Mexico at the time. Well, we be on vacation in real life, enjoying shit in real life. You feel me? The second time. Don't need a brand trip. The second time was with the Raven shit and her cuck daddy over there. I assume them your besties. The Disney checkup. And I said I wasn't on no beef with that. I don't give no ways about that. The third time was when I got on here and said not everyone's meant to be thin. I'm not gonna assume you're familiar with my actual business, how I make my actual money, because this TikTok shit is fun for me. I have a medical spa and we sell weight loss products. I do consultations. I myself was 100 pounds heavier at one point in time, and I was 50 pounds lighter than I am now. I was talking about my clients and what I do, and not everybody's meant to be thin. That was not about nobody in particular. I used myself as an example. I said my auntie told me I look like that was not nobody. People were adding you and saying your name in the comments, and since I see you clocked in with my videos and you can't wait to see, you will notice I didn't engage with any of them because that was not the purpose of that video, and that was not my intention to make people say that at all. You're angry and you're spiraling, baby. You've been spiraling, yelling on this app for days. It's giving coke. The pupils are dilated. I really do wish you the best on all your endeavors. I hope you make all your money. I hope you make as much as Alex and all the white girl. But you gonna have to get that chip off your shoulder before you do so.
So that's the summary of the back and front with Fannita and Mecca. So People now responding to the entire Fannita situation, how she's been going off on the internet on every and anything, and even the Mecca situation, the price difference with black and white creators. This has got a lot of people are talking about this. A lot of people are responding to Fannita and the way she's handling things and the way Mecca handled the entire situation. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about the entire story so far down in the comment section. I couldn't play all the video because this video will be like 1 hour long, so that's why I had to summarize everything the way I did. So we're just going to get people's response to the entire situation, and then I'll come back and share more of my thoughts. But I want to know what you think about this down in the comment section. I know you have something to say, so go ahead and share your thoughts. But before we get people's reaction, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel, because we post video every day and you don't want to miss our video because we have amazing conversation. So go ahead and subscribe.
Here's the only thing I want to say about the Fannita and Mecca situation, because as someone who follows Mecca, this is so weird, because watching the video, because I was scrolling on TikTok and I found out this was happening. I'm just like, Mecca, this is her business. This is something that she's always talked about. She's always talked about her personal experience. For that video to get taken out of context by Fannita stan fans, whatever the case may be, is so fucking weird, because she is not the only person in this world who has had weight loss surgery or lost weight at all. Like, people can speak about their experiences without speaking about somebody else's. I also think it's pretty crazy to beef with someone because of your fans tagging you in their posts. If we haven't learned anything this year, the stands of these celebrities, content creators, influencers, they do not care about you. They care about the drama. They know what's going to get shit popped off. And they should be the one to blame. Nobody else.
So here's my hot take on the Fannita situation. Now, I honestly think y'all need to stop. Like, just yesterday, I saw like 20 different videos talking about how she's having a manic episode, how she's having a mental breakdown, how like this isn't her, and how she's done this, and that. And I'm like, if she's having all these problems, how is making these videos about her going to help her? Now, I know that Fannita isn't the type of person to actually care about what other people think about her or about all these videos that I've been seeing. But I don't know, how would you feel if you saw like 20 to 30 different videos talking about how much of a horrible person you were? And you know, I personally don't think she's having a manic episode. I mean, a couple videos back, she said that she was going to be real from now on. And so I think what we're seeing is the real Fannita. I mean, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I've been following her for a while, and her behavior now isn't that much different than how she used to act. I mean, she told y'all that she's been code switching, so I guess that's what we're seeing. And I kind of understand why Fannita is so mad, because my mom went on Ozempic and she lost a lot of weight, and she was mad that people were treating her differently. I mean, people were being nice to her, giving her compliments all the time. And she's like, well, why wasn't I getting this back when I was heavier? And as a result, my mom was mad at me for a while. She was mad at everyone for a while. She was mad at the world. So I think that's what Fannita is going through right now.
Y'all, be honest, did y'all ever like Fannita? Because these videos, like, when I tell y'all, these videos are giving calculated, heavily thought out. Like, these think pieces are think piecing. Like, y'all, it sounds like y'all been plotting on her for weeks, for months. Like, I just think this is crazy. I just think this is crazy, and it's really nothing I could do for her, because she burned too many bridges. In the words of Monique, like, she burned too many bridges. Like, I'm sorry. The think pieces convincing me. I'm like, wait, I did forget about that. This is crazy. Like, no, it's terrible. So yeah, y'all let me know. Did y'all ever really like her or no? Y'all thought she was annoying from the beginning. But I do think there's points on both sides. Like, I do feel like it's just messy. It's messy. I ain't even gonna give my opinion too much, because it's just like, whoa. But what I do know is that y'all hate Fannita down, and they gonna still be dragging her. And I'm scared, because it's like, y'all thought she was crashing out before, but now that everybody and their mama have a think piece about her on the timeline, I don't know what the next rant's gonna be, but we'll see.
Let this Fannita drama be a lesson to you, that you can manifest anything you want in this life out of sheer spite. Don't let these other manifestation coaches fool you into thinking you have to be all healed and ascended and above it all to manifest the things you want in this life. She got the money, she got the influence, she got the weight loss, she got the beauty that she was looking for, all out of sheer spite. Now, is she using that to bite off her nose to spite her face? Yes, but you're not going to do that. You're going to use your spite to manifest your way out of your situation and use it to heal. And that's the caveat in all of this. She manifested exactly what she wanted, but it did not involve the healing. Spite, anger, discontent is a great way to manifest out of the situation that you are currently in. It is, because you're going to get what you want. But when you get there, you have to heal your hurts. Remember that. You have to heal when you get there, or you will bleed over everybody that has rallied around you since then.
Whiteness has a lot of currencies. It has quite a bit of currencies. But one of the most, particularly for women, one of the most valuable currency in whiteness is a thin body. Fannita understands that. Fannita knows that, because Fannita is working in an industry where thin white bodies is the standard, it's the norm. And she understands that, and we all understand that that's a currency. So what happens when you get the thin body, but whiteness reminds you you're still black? Essentially, that's what we're watching play out with Fannita. She got the currency that is most important in white spaces, and white spaces reminded her that she is still in fact black. Now, I know who Fannita is. I've seen quite a bit of her content, and of course we became more familiar with her with the Tart controversy, right? And one of the things that Fannita could hide behind, right? Like who she is, she could hide behind the weight. She could be loud and she could be boisterous. And she had to do that because, I've said this before, white people see black people for one of two reasons. We're either to work for them or to entertain them. And Fannita was online entertaining mostly white people. And I say entertaining them because the way that black people exist in the world and the different variations of how we exist, it's not entertainment for us. It is just us. It is a part of our culture. Sometimes we have the loud aunties, we have the church aunties, we have the bougie aunties, we have the quiet aunties. So Fannita's stick online was not for our entertainment. It was for white people's entertainment. And she thought she could translate entertaining white people and then putting that entertainment in a black thin body, that she would have all the advancements, all of the benefits of whiteness. But that's not how it works, because even if you get the thing that whiteness value, which is a thin body, you are still black. And when you run headfirst into that reality, it can be disheartening. And what I think I'm watching personally, is a young woman whose heart is breaking at the reality that in this country, meritocracy really doesn't exist. There is no such thing. You can work hard, you can stay late, you can do all the hours, you can get all the degrees, you can get all the certifications. Meritocracy doesn't exist. The two things that this country values is whiteness and whiteness in thin, attractive bodies. And so even though Fannita is thin and attractive, she is not white. Many of us as black women, we don't get this lesson. We don't run headfirst into this until we are well into our careers. When we've been in corporate America for 30 years, 20 years, and we're running headfirst, and we run into this reality that for as much as we do, for as entertaining as we are, for as smart as we are, for all the things that we are, when we run into those rooms, they see us as black first, everything else second. The second thing that she's mourning is the reality that people do treat you different when you're in a different body. And I really believe that this is true. Money doesn't change people. It just highlights who people really are. Yeah. See, when Fannita was being the shtick and the bully and cursing people and calling them names when she was fat, right? People allowed that because they thought, okay, well, that's just the thing that she does online, but that's who she is. That's who she is. And black women really have to heal. We're going to a whole lot of therapy and we ain't healing shit. I'm going to say that again. A lot of us have gotten a whole lot of therapy. A lot of us are in therapy and we're not healing anything. Now, say what you want to say about Dana Dane, because I know a lot of folks don't like Dana. But I watched Dana's take about this, particularly around the weight issue, because I can't speak to that. I've never had a weight issue, so I don't know. But Dana talked about like how you are treated differently when you are smaller. And I think she's running into a lot of headfirst realities that I think either she didn't know exist or pretended that it didn't. And the first is, doesn't matter if you're thin. It doesn't matter if you do the thing in this influencer space that whiteness values, which is thin bodies. It doesn't matter if you're thin, you are still black. And the second thing she's running into head first is that knowing intellectually that people will treat you different when you get skinnier and actually experiencing that in real time is two very different things. And I think she's coming to grips with that. I think she's coming to grips with the reality that fat phobia, when you're fat, you can talk about fat phobia, you can intellectualize it, but it doesn't come into full picture for you until you're no longer the fat person and people treat you differently. So, let's I know we keep saying this, but I think we always have to give young people, particularly young black women, grace to fail and fail and fail and fail and fail and fail again. We have to divorce ourselves from black excellence and expecting that from every black creator we come across on this app. And she's probably going to fail again. Give her grace.
I gotta speak on this Fannita Mecca situation because, yeah, as an individual that has lost a certain amount of weight, being treated differently can either put yourself in a positive stance and you learn how to transition, or it can put yourself in a negative. And I personally feel like Fannita has taken the negative route because now she sees how she's being treated differently, or how people, may perceive her. But instead of her taking the high road, she's taken the almost like a bitter, angry, and I'm gonna get revenge type of vibe, instead of the high road of I look good, I feel good, I'm about my money, and I'm getting money, and I don't have to explain anything to anybody. Does that make sense?
So, all in all, she became a mean girl. And now it's completely uncomfortable to even watch her. And she tried to explain why she's doing the bug eyes and the talking this way and all that, but it's uncomfortable to watch her. And I followed her for a while now, and I've liked her. I even liked her when she began her transition. I even enjoy her, some of her podcast episodes. But now, being this mean girl, pushing this narrative, speaking as saying Section 8 and doing this stuff, you've made it uncomfortable to the point where even when you have a message, nobody's listening anymore because of the way that you're pushing this narrative of I'm skinny now and I can be mean, when really you should have never spun it that way when you got this small. You know what I'm saying? You should have took it and spun it in a completely different direction, which would have been beneficial to not only yourself, but your complete platform. And I'm a person that gets it. And that's really only the reason why I'm giving my little 2 cents. Everybody doesn't get to see two sides of living, what I like to call it, in a lifetime. And what I mean by that is she saw life as a bigger woman, and now she's seeing life as a smaller woman. And that can either make or break you mentally, but it's all about how you feed into it and what you take from it. For me, I didn't take the bitterness, or I didn't take the angry side of it. I saw it for exactly what the world handed to me. But she's taken this angry, bitter, almost like I want to get revenge type situation, because she's able to see both sides. And like I said, everybody doesn't get to see that in a lifetime. And if you want to be honest, everybody's not supposed to be skinny or small. Then she chose to speak on Mecca. Where did that even come from? I felt like she was reaching, if you want to be honest, even if Mecca didn't make it blatantly honest that she was speaking about her. And I follow Mecca for a while, and Mecca ain't got no problem calling somebody out directly. And if you want to be honest, salute to Mecca for taking the high road and not eating her up, because if you follow her, that could have went far, far, far left, because what you grabbed a gun and you shot it and you didn't, and hers wasn't even aimed towards you, in my opinion. I think Fannita's life changed. It not only changed the way that she looked, her life has changed drastically as far as lifestyle goes, as far as how much money she makes. It has changed tremendously on a lot of different levels. And I think at this point she just needs to go talk to the lady, because sometimes everybody doesn't handle everything well. She not only lost weight, she had a cosmetic surgery. She's making more money. She has more brand deals. She's getting men at her now. It's just crazy. Her life has changed. And sometimes you need help guiding that. And I think we're sitting here watching something unfold, and I don't know if it's funny. I think it might just be, like I said, she needs to go talk to the lady at the end of the day. That's my 2 cents, even though you didn't ask for it.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. I'd love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. But please keep it respectful as always, and let me know what you think about Fannita, her talking about those mean things, talking about how people used to laugh at when she was big, now that she's skinny, she's ready, she doesn't like you people on the internet, she's here because of the money, da 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 da. What are your thoughts on that? And what are your thoughts about her feeling insecure, thinking that Mecca was talking about her and the entire conversation in her? I want to know your own thought down in the comment section, but please keep it respectful as always. Okay, here on this channel we're allowed to disagree, but do it in a respectful way. So go ahead and share your thoughts. Okay, so here's my own thought on this conversation. I find this conversation very interesting because there's another video I'm going to post about a lady telling a story of how weight loss change her, and even mentally. Do I think Fannita is spiraling out of control? Yes. I feel like no shade, I'm not trying to shade anybody that is big, fat, or anything. Whatever body you're comfortable in, enjoy yourself. But I feel like the drastic change of her being big and now she has lost so much weight. I feel like as much as she wanted it, she wasn't ready for it mentally. And coming for someone, I've never been in the big size, so I really can't really speak about being fat and all that. But I've had a couple of weight and I have some insecurities. And I can see how sometimes it can really transit on how people handle you. But someone like her that did it in that large scale where it was a drastic change in less than a year, it's just like, I feel like it's really affecting her one way or the other, where she feels like she has to be mean. But one thing I want to say, no shade to Fannita. Okay, let nobody go send hate or anything to her. I also feel like Fannita is who Fannita is. I feel like she's kind of dimmed down all these things she's saying now when she was big, because she was big. And I feel like now that she's no longer big, she feels like she can say whatever she wants, as she wants to say it, and don't care. I feel that, like, so she's saying what she was saying. I feel like that's just her. And people think that that's her being mean. Then Fannita has probably been a mean girl all this while. She was just being really subtle about it because she was big. But now that there's no odds against her, according to her, against all odds, she can say and do whatever she wants to do and don't pay the consequences of it. So for me, I find this conversation very, very interesting. Like, let me know down in the comment section if you've ever had a drastic weight loss and did it affect the way people interact with you. Let me know down in the comment section. But one thing I know is that the way people interact with me happens with my hair, the way my hair, and even when I wear makeup and don't wear makeup. I feel like people interact with me in different ways like that. So yeah, when I have short hair, the way people interact with me is different from when I have long hair, braids, or wig on. And for me, I find it really interesting. So for her really being switched up just like that with that big change, I can imagine her having an entire new experience with the now fame, money, and everything that she didn't have before, she have it now. Like, I feel like she really needs to go see someone and talk to someone, because as much as I think that Fannita she's saying what she has always wanted to say all this while, even though it may come across mean, I also feel like she should see somebody and talk to somebody. Somebody pointed, I don't know why that video is not here, but somebody pointed something that said the fact that Fannita mentioned how nobody in her family or family and friends call her is because they know that this is how she kind of spiraled down. Yes, I've been that person. This is a little bit about me. I've been that person. When I was much younger, I had a lot of anger issues. I had a lot of anger issues way younger, in my early 20s. And a lot of the time when I shout and I scream, my family and friends really don't take me serious, because that was me in a repeated state. But now if I scream, a lot of people, like everybody around me, are like, what happened? What did you do to her? What made her to do this? But back then people didn't, because they just feel like that's how I scream, that's how I shout and all that. So I feel like if it's something that we call over and over again, our family members are not going to call. But a couple of days ago, the way she's moving on social media, posting video back to back and back to back, girl, you need to take it slow. Take it slow, slow, slow. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and let me know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. But please keep it respectful. As always, here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a respectful way. So feel free to share your opinion. Go on and share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We are banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl. Yeah, with that all said, guys, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.